R6828, State of Texas versus Alonzo Taylor. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Deerhead, Your Honor.
For the defense?
Greg Gamer for the defense.
We are here for,
Gamer.
could you spell your last name for the court reporter, please?
Yes, D-E-S is in Sam, M-A-R-A-I-S is in Sam.
Thank you.
Sorry about the S.
So we're here for sentencing today. You entered a plea on March 29th of no contest, and you applied for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 5 years, and the state is silent on your application.
All right, right out the gate, we're talking deferred adjudication. That's basically the court saying, we'll hold off on a conviction if you behave. But let's be real. That's a big if when we're about to take a tour through this guy's rap sheet.
All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, defense?
Your Honor, I'd like to say a few words and then call Alonzo and his mother up if that's possible.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing, Judge, as you go through this PSI, the thing that sticks out is criminal history, obviously. This young man just turned 20, April 8th. And as we just talked out there, I'm saying you're the perfect candidate for probation because of this. You're at a crossroads. Your life is going to be defined by what you do from now on. You've already made this thing since a 12-year-old, if you go back with those ages. He does have certificates for construction that he can work. He does have a job. He does not have any dependents. I talked to him about his alcohol and drug use, and he's saying that is not happening.
All right, if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Pause. This is the moment things start to go sideways. The judge asks a simple question, and suddenly we're under oath talking about drug use. You know it's serious when the judge starts waving the perjury flag.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of dirty. He said kind of dirty.
Dirty for what?
Marijuana.
No, it's not marijuana, I think. You know what you were using. So what have you used? Let me put you under oath. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. You're going to have to speak up so the court reporter can hear. So what are you going to be dirty for?
Marijuana.
And what else? All right, before we continue, I'm going to want a UA.
Yes, Judge. All right. They're going to give you a UA. Do we need to
Oh, they're
walk
going
it
to have,
down, or-
oh no, they're going to have somebody come and give him a UA.
And then we'll continue. Judge, may I run around to some other court real quick?
Yes, you can.
How long is that going to take? About an hour?
Oh, no, they're going to do a UA. Are you prepared to go now? All right, so they're going to do a UA very quickly. All right, and yeah, so, Vashawn, do we have results?
Positive for THC.
Okay, all right, let's bring him on out.
THC. We have a base level or?
No, they can't give base
Come
level.
on, Judge. I'm working with thin air here.
I know, and you're a teacher too.
About to teach.
Yeah, well, sometimes clients don't tell you everything.
Well, no, and I talked to his mama about that. So,
Okay.
Hey, Lonzo right here.
All right, we're back on the record. So when's the last time you used marijuana?
About a week ago, it was a candy bar.
Okay, you're gonna need to speak up. Right now is not the time to be too cool for school.
It was about a week ago. It was a candy bar site. My voice is just kind of deepened up.
Right. So why are you doing marijuana when you know you have sentencing and you know I could send you to prison for 5 years? Because I'm sure your attorney will tell you, and I'm sure the state will tell you, in this court, age is just a number. I'm not going to treat you like a child because you're not a child. You're in adult court. I don't know why people want to use some drugs before they come to court and then try to throw themselves on the mercy of the court. State is silent, but you're here for a serious offense where you could end up going to prison.
That silence you're hearing? That's the sound of opportunity evaporating. When the judge says, I can send you to prison today, she's not bluffing. This is what we call a reality check in real time.
5 years. And I will tell you this, if you end up going to prison for 5 years, it's not your mom's fault. It's not your attorney's fault. Because I'm sure your attorney probably already told you that I always, well, not always, but usually ask for a drug test. And all you had to do was come into court clean today. And if I were to send you to prison today, which I haven't made up my mind on that, it would be entirely your fault because your criminal history is just insane for someone your age. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you doing with your life?
Well, I'm not gonna say that, in the past that, it was a regret because jail kind of did help me out, I had problems to help me.
Oh, wait, let's do this. Let's stop saying after every sentence. I want you to concentrate and try not to say A lot of people come before me and they say, it's like, well, like this and like that.
Yeah.
Your attorney is also a teacher, as am I. And I will tell you, he does not like his children saying, it's like. So let's try not to have that when we speak.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
I went to school for, construction. It's always been like a dream job, sorry, it's just how.
Can I ask him a few questions, Your Honor?
No, I want to.
Okay, you
I want to hear him.
Well, I went to construction for about 3 years the school for construction, I got my NCCR, my OSHA.
See, it's hard. And I'm doing this not to make fun of you, but you have to learn how to speak, not like you speak with your friends, because this is a professional setting. And when you go do job interviews, people are not going to want to hear, it's like, So concentrate on not saying those things. It's for the betterment of you. So concentrate, not saying that and not saying, okay, and it's like. And I want you to stand up straight and I want you to stop mumbling and I want you to speak.
Let's talk red flags. You're telling the judge your neighbor wants to hire you for construction and knows you smoke weed? Sir, that's not a referral. That's a liability waiting to happen. Someone call OSHA.
So I can hear you because I'm trying to make a decision on whether or not to send you to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So go for it.
I went to school for 3 years for construction. Since then I got my NCCR, OSHA, and my level in carpentry, cabinets and stuff like that.
And do you have an opportunity for a job?
Yeah, I have an opportunity to job. I have a neighbor that does construction. So
does your neighbor know that you're doing marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
You're telling me that your neighbor wants to hire you and your neighbor knows that you're doing marijuana. Tell the truth.
No, ma'am.
Here's the other thing. Do not be dishonest with me. I do not like when people are dishonest. You cannot do construction and use drugs. If you do, something's going to happen. Either there's going to be an accident at the job, and I have relatives who do construction work. I have relatives who drive. Anytime there's an accident, the first thing they want them to do, whether it's their fault or not, is take a drug test. And if there were an accident at a construction site, they would have you take a drug test. You would be positive for marijuana like you're positive today, and you would be fired. And they would be looking at a civil suit because someone is on their site using drugs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you living with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
I know she doesn't want drugs in her house.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see his mom?
Absolutely. Ma'am, come on up.
Peter.
Mr. Chair.
And you had requested her, Judge, and
Yes.
made sure she wanted to be here as well.
Thank you. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, if you can lower your mask and state your name for the record.
My name is Tracy.
All right, and are you his mother?
Yes.
What does he spend his day doing?
Well, just normal, sleeping. He goes and helps me with Ubering.
How does he help you with Ubering?
He delivers the food.
Does he have any friends over?
Not really.
Does he have a
No.
curfew?
Well, he has a GPS on, so he doesn't get to leave. He's just gone from 2 to 10, and then he's at home. I don't really have any. He's different. He's calmer.
Does he help you clean the home?
He does. He cleans his room. That's the most important thing, is keeping his room clean. That's what I care about. Is every kid can clean their own room and wash their own dishes. That's great with me, because that is the most important thing. Is if he can make sure he cleans his room, because I know he doesn't make a lot of the mess that's in the kitchen. It's not him. But when he does, he's very good at cleaning. He's different.
All right, who all is in the household?
So it's me, it's Lonzo, my 3 other kids. My friend comes around once in a while, but he doesn't live there, but he does.
So are the people in the home just his siblings?
Just his siblings. His girlfriend comes, but she doesn't stay. She just
And I'm
comes.
hoping she's not in a bedroom with the door closed with him.
Yes.
Oh, that needs to stop. I don't know how parents do it today, but what I can tell you, in my household, when I was growing up, number 1, there were no boys in bedrooms.
Yeah.
Number 2, they were only in common areas. And number 3, they had to call before they came.
Very
And when my grandmother would babysit me, my aunt had a boyfriend to come over. And you know what ended up happening? He overstayed his welcome. And you know what my grandmother told him? No one is going to come into my home and try to outsit me. And she put him out from the common area. Now,
Let's just say this grandma flashback hits hard. The judge isn't just concerned about court violations. She's laying down life rules, parenting advice, and birth control warnings all in one. The hotel-motel analogy, chef's kiss.
he hung around, and now he and my aunt have been married for like 30 years. So I guess he was like, I'm going to take what your grandmother is dishing out. But he should not be in a bedroom with a door closed with his girlfriend. You know why? Because 1, he's not ready to have a child because he's using marijuana. He has all this criminal history. And any mother who would allow a girlfriend to see someone with the baggage he has when he doesn't have his life in order, I question that mother. And he may end up improving his life, but the way his life stands right now, it's chaos. It's chaos with the GPS. It's chaos because he's looking at 5 years prison, and you have some girl coming over in his bedroom with the door closed. That equals possibility of children. And are you ready to be a grandmother from him?
No, they both take care of themselves to the point where they are
No,
not having
no, they
any
don't.
kids.
They're young. And young children tend to do dumb things. Whether they have been raised by Mary Poppins or not, they still do dumb things. And I'm just going to be honest with you, right? I don't understand how parents allow children who are not married to come into their home and treat their home, as my grandmother used to say, like a hotel motel. That should not be happening. And you know why? Because it sets a bad example for his siblings. And then your home becomes a hotel motel. The only difference is they don't have to pay for it.
Very true.
So that needs to stop. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here is your choice. I can give you deferred adjudication. If I give you deferred adjudication, if you are revoked, you're going to be looking at 10 years in prison. Or I can send you to prison for 2 years and you will be done. Which would you prefer?
Adjudication.
Right. And what I can tell you is Deputy Laura tells me all the time that she doesn't know how people do probation in this court, because probation in my court is difficult. Because if I give you probation, I want you to be rehabilitated. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There should be proof.
Here's the key twist. Alonzo gets deferred. Adjudication, but with a curfew, drug tests, job restrictions, and community service. This isn't freedom. It's probation with a GPS leash, and one wrong move could mean 10 years behind bars.
Of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. I'm going to want him tested for levels